Yo, Wendell here, the Average Use Slo-Pitch. Today we're bringing out the newest models from DeMarini for the USA ASA line. We've got the OG Flipper, 13-inch end loaded model, half ounce end load if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong on that one, I'll post it in the comments, pin it up. And then the Flipper USA is what they're calling this one, 12-inch barrel, also a half ounce end load there. These both have the stiff handles that you've kind of gotten used to here from DeMarini. You'll see here in a second with the compression. Both these are allowed to sit at 850 is kind of the passing mark from the USA nonlinear list. So we'll test them, see where they're at. Come out here, hit our normal ZN Hycons 52-300s, which both of these are meant to only be used at 52-300. So just kind of keep that in mind. We're back out here at Apodaca, 335 down the left field line, 345 down the right field line. Gaps just kind of depending where you're at, anywhere from that 360 out to nearly 380, and then dead center, I believe it's 385, 390, something like that. But either way, larger field, it's about 81 degrees already. That's 7 in the morning, kind of the downside here in New Mexico, but hopefully some of this cloud cover will block the sun for us and we'll get some good swings for you. But our plan is to get at least 100 swings on both of these, maybe a little bit more. We do have 4 people out here today, so that should help us get a little bit more swings. Come back, final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and test our flippers real quick before we throw any swings on them. Both of these are allowed to be at 850 for the USA testing portion, and as obviously this is a USSSA tester, so I'll read off the conversion here in a moment. Dial that to 0. And that comes out to 125, which for this one on the actual chart isn't on there, so we'll have to run the actual math, which is you take the 125 and you multiply it by 4.35. So 125 times 4.35, that gives us 543, and then you add 500 to it. So this one's sitting at 1,043, which gives us a little under 200 compression on that one. And let's see if it'll make it easy for us and have them both test right at 125 instead of running the math twice. And let's see what we got here. This one's just slightly higher, so you got about 200-ish wiggle room here with both of them. We'll go and throw swings on both, come back and talk about them in the final thoughts. Oh gee, that's fun. All right, so again, we've got the DeMarini flippers out here. This is gonna be that 12-inch end loaded model, 13-inch end loaded model. We're gonna start with the 12-inch, kind of let everyone hit through it. 100 or so swings, probably a little more than 100 swings on each one, just to kind of let them break in a little bit. Again, you saw the compression test. These have pretty good wiggle room. These hold compression pretty well, or DeMarini always has. So we'll get swings on them, come back with that final compression, final thoughts at that point.
90 miles per hour.
90 towards the end, though, I'll take it.
97 miles per hour.
Well, it's definitely got a good sweet spot. You can feel when you catch it.
77 miles per hour. 79 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour.
At the end. Makes sense.
92 miles per
That's
hour.
the sweet spot, though. Makes sense. Yeah, so sweet spot's a little small to start, but it makes sense because DeMarini's need braking time. But if you're used to Monster, you swung into the recent Piers, it doesn't have that, obviously the fib kind of feel or as much trampoline as like the Easton Alpha, but it's still good feedback so far, and I expect this 12-inch to only get better with swings.
82 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour.
Again, like an idiot. But there's the forgiveness. We just short of the track at the 360 mark, so I don't know, 350-ish, 345, and that was more towards the end for sure.
81 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
Yep, there's that spot.
82 miles per hour.
That might have been the sweet spot. Yeah.
88 miles per hour.
A little towards the end again. You can almost feel like it gets almost a little stiff as you catch towards the end, and that's how you know you didn't catch it. Almost like you have to almost push the ball through. This is the best way I can describe it.
81 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour.
There we go. Yeah, when you catch that sweet spot though, the ball jumps out for sure. You can feel it on the hands. Between those of us that have swung it so far, we've probably got 50 to 60 swings on it, and you can feel it slowly starting to open up, sweet spot expand. I don't know if you can see the ball marks, but this is pretty much to me what feels like the sweet spot so far. Center, and then just slightly high center.
96 miles per hour. 81 miles per hour. 79 miles per hour.
It's real crazy because when you do catch it off the end of the bat, that click that the bat makes,
Yeah,
it's different. It's a totally it's a 180 sound. So when you miss it, if you're listening to your bat, you know you missed.
yeah, and so far, like you're saying, I think you can hear it too. Even here, not quite as distinct, but you said it's almost a high or a lower pitch click up here.
There you go.
You get the no kidding sweet spot sound, and then the low part is the high pitch click.
Yep.
80 miles per hour.
That's a nice shot right there.
91 miles
That's the
per
sweet
hour.
spot click. And then for those that have swung the U-trip versions of DeMarini's here, thought the end loads felt a little light. Like I've heard a lot of people say that on the Gold Gorilla. This one for me, you can feel the end load in there. This is a 27 we're swinging. And for me, it's probably the perfect kind of weighting. But if you were worried about maybe the end load feeling light and going up an ounce, I would stick with kind of your normal weights with these. At least with this one. We'll see with the other flipper here shortly.
91 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, even with the sweet spot needing to open up, off of it, we're pretty much sitting right at the 330 to 350 mark pretty easy though.
Yeah, he's running around back there on the warning track.
Yeah.
91 miles
And then
per
that's
hour.
the sweet spot. Again, that's the potential as it opens up. We're well into the trees in left center. So we'll go a couple more on this one and swap over. I think we're meeting the intent here, and we'll see where it tests and maybe try to open up a little bit more as needed.
86 miles per hour. 77 miles per hour.
Yeah, because where you caught that one, it looked like you caught it right. It just, the sound wasn't quite right. Like,
Yeah, I felt like it kept got it on the gapped wall right here by the all the contents.
Yeah, sweet spot's just a little small right now, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's fine though. I mean you got to remember too. I've never liked DeMarini.
Yeah.
I've never really swung it, but the feedback on that one is like, okay, well maybe I need to rethink my strategies.
95 miles per hour.
One more good one, I'll switch.
80 miles per
I think I
hour.
got a few good swings.
Yeah, no, you did. That last one was real good.
92 miles per
So
hour.
that was the click from lower, a little bit lower, but it was I mean, so I think I take back a little bit I talked about earlier where centered up is the sweet spot. So you get a little bit lower, that's that louder click we just heard. But I think that helps it actually jump off better than just slightly high of it. Now, the sweet spot's definitely opening up. We got about a little over 100 swings between everybody with this one. So we'll swap over to the other flipper, get swings on that one, and then we'll come back with both. Final compression, final thoughts. Yeah, so 13-inch, still end loaded. This end load doesn't feel quite as pronounced as the 12-inch, but it's still heavy enough that I would stick with your normal end load weight.
98 miles per hour.
All right, well,
Hello?
the first swing was pretty nice.
99 miles per hour.
There's a different reaction off that bat. Like,
Yeah.
It's coming off like fast.
Yeah, the first two swings, I feel like you can just feel the ball jumping off of
Yeah.
it a whole lot different than 12-inch.
87 miles per hour.
Oh, no.
87 miles per hour.
I think some.
92 miles per hour.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, by far.
Right off center field fence. So now we'll see where they both compression test at. It could just be that this one breaks in faster, but so far the 13's easily better.
84 miles per hour.
This is already your hardest of the day.
Oof.
94 miles
That was
per
a little
hour.
low on the hands. But I mean, now you can't ask for more forgiveness than that though.
No, none.
But it's gonna make you pay for it with a little bit of sting on the hands, I'll tell you that much.
74 miles
Oh
per hour.
no. PK don't hit that far. PK don't ever hit that far.
And I don't even think you caught it right.
No, I didn't. I caught it on the taper.
75 miles per hour.
Yeah, and again, for everyone watching, this is a baseball field. Mike Hall is standing. How far from the fence do you think you are? 30 to 40 feet? 30 feet. 30 feet. So he's standing at about 320. So
And PK don't hit home runs.
we're talking about 320 feet in the heat. 52 300s.
And the humidity coming off the field because it
From
rained
all
last
that
night.
rain too, yeah. So I know it doesn't look far on a baseball field, but that's a pretty good shot.
100 miles per hour.
There's the triple digits with it.
84 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 98 miles per hour.
I mean, 98 with angle. Tons of topspin. Oh no,
87
just
miles
missed.
per hour.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, as far as the angle, I mean, it's gonna go. Oh, almost went. So, I mean, that was definitely a lot of dip for me, and caught the good spot of the barrel. But even hitting that high, we got off the fence out there, which puts us right about 340. So, obviously, I don't like to swing myself, but you can't ask for more forgiveness than that and more carry off the bat. Again, these are all Z and Hycon, so 52 300s.
83 miles per hour.
That's 83 seed.
98 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's jumping off this one.
$87 miles per hour.
See, I'm telling you, that barrel's hotter, dude.
Yeah, this is dumb. That felt good.
86 miles per hour. 95 miles
And
per
there's every
hour.
bit of the sweet spot on that one. Over,
That's over the tree.
over the trees and left.
That was over the tree.
Yeah, so we're not even at probably even close to 100 swings this one yet, and it to me already feels significantly better than the 12-inch. Now I'm a 12-inch fan most of the time, heavier unload, and I do think the other one's going to open up pretty good. But this one, less than 50 swings, 100% is game ready at this point. So that's kind of the big difference so far. We'll let everyone else swing it, get their opinions on it as well. But it's super forgiving at this point, good feedback, not a lot to complain about.
75 miles per hour.
I can see the ball. You're consistently at 300 plus.
That's ludicrous.
89 miles per hour.
That one was different.
Yeah, that was a slight miss. A slight miss into.
Slight miss to the upper part of the tree, one of the biggest trees over there to the left.
It's the same though as the other flipper, where if you catch a little bit high, you get almost a heavier feel off of the hands. Slightly different sound, but the forgiveness on it right now just can't be beat.
84 miles per hour. 87 miles per
Good
hour.
one.
I'll end that one. So, this 12-inch, I've always been accustomed to 12-inch ever since Mike came out with that 12-inch a long time ago. 12
Back when I
inches.
started playing with you were swinging 12-inch for sure.
Yeah. And it's got some good feedback. It's forgiving. But this 13, if you sleep on this 13, you might make a mistake. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
99 miles per hour.
That's a 99 knuckleball.
80 miles per hour.
Shot.
98 miles per
There's the
hour.
right launch angle. Yeah. Well, that's going to do it on our flippers. And I'm not going to lie. If I had to pick one that I was going to game, swing, keep, all that kind of stuff, it's definitely going to be the 13-inch. The 12-inch is good. Don't get me wrong. Not nearly as much forgiveness as this. This opened up faster, which could just be the longer barrel. Fibers open up, whatever it might be. But this one's a missile launcher for sure. 12-inch, just give it some swings. We're going to test it here in a minute. And then we'll kind of talk about a little more in the final thoughts. But this one, definitely a step up there for me. All right, and just real quick, mostly because of how good this one felt, I'm going to go ahead and throw some swings here on my Louisville Slugger for the fall For those that aren't aware, this is a 13-inch full ounce end load. So close to similar specs to this one, obviously 13-inch, more like a half ounce end load, just to kind of see comparison wise. Because this in my mind is one of the hottest ASA bats out there. That's not a monster basically. So we're gonna kind of see how they compare. Just a handful of swings and then we'll go wrap it up with some final compression, final thoughts.
97 miles per hour.
Oh, I do forget how much. Yeah, I forgot how good these feel.
101 miles per hour.
Woo! These For the Fallens are so good.
95 miles per hour.
Yeah, I know I didn't test this one, but I know this is sitting about 250-ish compression over the limit. So I know when we tested the DeMarini at the beginning, that one was just over 200 for mitts as well. So they're probably close as far as that goes, but obviously numbers vary on the different non-linears. So I think this is if I remember correctly, a 1050 limit compassing bat. The flippers are 850, so that's gonna be a little bit of a difference there as far as ASA goes. But again, this is what I game alongside monsters, so I figured I want to see how it feels compared to the flipper and how close it would be to me gaming that over something like this.
96 miles per hour.
Yep, missile launcher.
98 miles per hour.
Yeah, the ball looks like it's gonna come down, and it just stays.
Yeah.
Which,
97 miles per hour.
and there's that For the Fallen sweet spot though.
Yeah, that got out in a hurry.
Yeah, so still haven't swung that one in a while, honestly, with all these reviews. Haven't played ASA this year yet. Nothing until USA Nationals, but I forgot how much I love that bat. Just a 5 or 6 swings here with this one, just a quick comparison, we'll be done.
94 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour.
Honestly, comparison-wise, they feel pretty similar so far. I mean, let me get this sweet spot right.
96 miles per hour.
96 knuckle down the line.
Oh shit.
101 miles per hour.
What was the one?
93 miles per hour.
Building?
Yeah, so between the two of them, I'm not gonna lie, like I could probably swing either one. They feel pretty interchangeable. End load, you can feel a little bit more in Louisville, makes sense, as the 1 ounce. So that does tell me that I think they do a good job weighting this one, with it being that kind of half ounce on there. DeMarini's website does just say end load, just so you know, not 1 ounce. But if you look at like Jason Magnum's Gold Gorilla, it'll tell you 1 ounce. They're good about letting you know when it's a 1 ounce by putting that on there. Either way though, 13-inch. This will probably hold on this one, go in my bag next to my Louisville, my monsters. So I'll have kind of those 3 USA ASAs. But let's go ahead, test these, kind of see where the final compression's at, and then just a real quick final thoughts. All right, now that our swing's complete, let's see where our flippers ended up. First up, the Flipper USA. Dial this thing to 0. There it is. And we're still sitting right on that 125 mark, which is where it started. So it didn't really move at all, which kind of explains kind of how I think this bat felt. Really good sweet spot. It felt like it opened up a little bit, but still felt like it had a lot of kind of wiggle room. And we'll see how that checks with the 13-inch, just because the 13-inch in my mind felt a lot better. So the 13-inch, which is our Flipper OG is what they're calling it. This one is testing at, oh, that's a 0. There it is. And right there too, neither one really moved, which is honestly a little surprising for me. So based off of that, they are DeMarinis. They're going to need swings to really open up. But for that 13-inch, this Flipper OG, I would 100% game it at this point. It felt pretty darn similar, as you saw there, to my For the Fallen from Louisville. So just, if you get these, throw swings on them. If you're a 12-inch fan, I wouldn't say stray away from the 12-inch just because of that performance difference. Just give it the swings, really open up that barrel. But you could tell it was a tighter barrel. Oops, sorry. It was a tighter barrel with the shorter barrel, and it needed to kind of open those fibers up. All right, and we're swings complete, compression complete here with our flippers. Again, this is the Flipper USA is what you'll see it listed as on DeMarini and Headbangers, and then the OG Flipper. So OG Flipper, 13-inch, half-ounce end load, 12-inch, half-ounce end load here on the Flipper USA. And for both of them, you kind of heard everyone say kind of the same thing. This one definitely felt much more open from the start, hotter, great sweet spot, lots of forgiveness. But as you saw, it didn't move at all in the compression. So definitely with the DeMarinis, they need some swing. So if you're somebody who's been using, let's say Monster, for instance, is probably the perfect example, or let's say you swung the new Easton Alpha ASA, those out of the wrapper are going to outperform, I think. Well, definitely outperform this one. It'll outperform this for sure. But with these, you're not getting a bat that's going to be just incredibly game ready right out of the wrapper. It definitely needs to put some swings on it. But this is one that, for me, like I've talked about, it's going to go in my bag alongside my Black King of Diamonds, my Monster, and then my ASA for the Fallen that we swung there as well, just because of how good it currently feels and the fact that it has a lot of wiggle room with the compression not really moving yet. With the 12-inch, the sweet spot is great. It does exactly what you expect from a 12-inch, where the ball comes off the sweet spot really, really good. But it is currently really small. I think, honestly, because it's the shorter barrel, those fibers really need to open up. And as you saw with the compression as well, it didn't move on this one either. So this one also is going to need some swing. So if you're somebody who's been looking for kind of a ASA bat for those 52-300s, because again, that's all you can swing with these 52-300s, that you can BP, really not worry about the durability. And I'm guessing you'll be able to swing these kind of as the winter rolls around. I know right now we're kind of dead middle of the summer, but if you are somebody that's been using Monster, you got a real kind of game ready one, maybe you have the DeMarini Mercy, you've broken that in, whatever your broken in ASA bat is, pick one of these up now, start using these as your BP bat, get swings on them, and then now you have a winter bat, and by the time you swing those enough, I'm willing to bet they break into the point where these become kind of your new gamer, or right alongside something like your Monsters or whatever it might be. But either way, if you want to pick one of these up, headbangersports.com, code ADS will save you, I believe it's 15% at checkout and provide you free shipping. These are also available over at DeMarini.com. I don't have a code for that one. I think you can use JY30 over there though to get a discount. That'd be Jeremy Yates' code. If it doesn't work over there, I apologize. I know his works over along with our ADS 3.5 on Red Athlete. I'm not sure about DeMarini, but either way, Headbanger still does have these in stock. Go ahead over there if you want to grab one of them. Again, I highly recommend it. This will be the one I'm BPing alongside my For the Fallen here for a while until I get the numbers nice and low, just above basically passing, so that those can really be game ready, and then those will be in there with my Monster as well. So hopefully this kind of help you decide on what you want to pick up, especially going forward, or if you want to hold on to kind of what you got, whatever it might be. Either way, we appreciate you checking out the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.